Last time on The Freedom Guild. After having saved the captive Zooks from a feisty felonious feline, Septimus and Libertarius joined with their new companion Abe in handily defeating the Red Eclipse. Beating feet after utilizing the tried and true set the whole place on fire method of engagement, the gang happened upon Crunchy and met with his recently discovered connection. Who is this newcomer, and how potent is the sticky icky she provides? Find out this week on The Freedom Guild.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Freedom Guild, where fantasy adventure meets real politic. We are your card-carrying guild members in good standing, and we are very excited to welcome you to our table. We're excited to jump back into our story, but first, let's introduce ourselves.
I am Nick. I am a half-orc paladin from the land of the Fountainhead, and my name, I suppose I should also mention, is Libertarius Beefslice the 25th. His favorite color is red, and you can find me on social media at nbrigadier.
I'm Stephen Trolinger. I play Septimus Goldenmane, the High Elf Arcane Trickster, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at YourManTrollo and on TikTok at MyComedyBites.
Hey, I'm Lauren. I am playing Rosina Riveterio. She is a Fey Wanderer Ranger and a rock gnome, to be super specific. Social medias, Instagram, I'm at A Lauren Kennedy, and Twitter, I am at Lauren A Kennedy.
Hello, I am Bill Pilkonis. I will be playing Abe Satarra, the Infernal Druid. You can find me out there in the mean streets.
And I'm Rob Parry. I will be playing everything else. You can't find me, so stop looking. We rejoin our party as they stand before the flaming remains of the Red Eclipse camp tent.
Crunchy! Buddy! And I will run full sprint over to him and put him in a full embrace.
Whoa, hey! Oh, holy shit! Where did you come from, Abe?
I mean, man, I came from the court. The Queen's been looking for you, so I've been looking for you. And here I am, and these fine folks have guided me right towards you.
Oh, geez. I mean, I haven't been gone that long, I don't think. I mean, not really. Well, actually, I guess I was in that basement for a while. And I was hanging out with Septimus before then. You know what? I was supposed to be at work a while ago.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you kind of were, man. That's why I was set. Boss is upset.
Man, I mean, it's all right though. We're actually on our way back to the portal now. So like, I'm like, we're already on our way. Oh, but it's really cool. How did you guys?
We followed some clues, and at the end of the clues was this weird horn man who just seems to just love showing off, and so he...
Whoa, Septimus, weird horde man, kind of a pejorative, not very PC.
Hey, I'm used to it. No worries.
You are the last person who needs to start throwing the term PC around, sir.
Partially this is because I, Nick, forgot the non-branded name for what?
Fernal.
Fernal, yes. This Fernal, which I clearly remembered.
I'm sorry, tiny gnome woman. What was your name again?
Yo, what's up? Rosina.
Say it one more time.
Rosina.
Rosina. Okay, thank you very much for resupplying my friend Crunchy here.
Oh, right. Well, see, that's the thing. We got to compensate her, and I spent that coin you gave me on Saturday. So
How much are we talking about here?
Look, if you're a little hesitant, if you're a little worried about, giving me some of your coin, bro, here, why don't you take a little test for yourself, man? I'm worth every bang
No,
for
thank
my
you.
buck.
No, I live a drug-free life.
I elbow past Septimus And first off, I extend a hand. Rosie, so great to meet you. Sorry, like pleasure to meet you. Super rad. We also like to blaze in a slightly different way. I point to the tent burning behind us. I say, look, I know my friend is a little hesitant, but speaking as someone who's done moon dust once, I don't know if you ever tried moon dust, but you could just kick it in a day.
Wait.
It's crazy. Like I don't get what people's problem is with it.
Boy, that is like not even kind
No,
of
that's
true.
the opposite of truth.
Yeah,
Whatever the opposite of
that
truth
sounds
is.
like you got to play it safe, you know?
Your name is Captain Moondust, and you ain't never done Moondust, really?
Oh, wow, a drug dealer who doesn't do his own drugs. That's never happened before.
It's at this point that you see a column of guards dressed in the deep brown uniforms with the sky blue sashes come rushing forward, trying to corral the crowd and take stock of what's going on.
Look, the heat is on. We need to get the hell away from this place and back to the car, assuming someone hasn't stolen it, Crunch.
Well, I wouldn't take the car, man. I told
God
you.
damn it, Crunchy. And then I just start walking to the car.
What's the state of these? What do these guards look like? Do they look like pretty angry? Are they confused? Like what's?
Confusion and concern more than
Okay,
anger.
so I want to step forward and I want to be like, hey, it's all cool here. It's all cool here. Kind of just declare that.
One young guard, he looks to be, elvish young, so
400.
Mid to late 50s. Just is looking around and he's giving orders. He says, well, Ren, start getting some buckets. Fill some water. We need to get some water from the river. We don't want this to spread. Excuse me, ma'am, please. Step back.
Yeah, we'll help. We'll go get some water too. Let's go.
All right. Just stay over there. And he starts waving you guys back further into the
Abe
crowd.
will rush up next to Rosie and say, hey, bud, just reporting in. Definitely saw some red eclipse. They definitely ran out of that now definitely on fire tent. I know you want to be reporting in on the red eclipse. They were in there.
The guard that you're talking to, Abe, who is definitely not one of the ones you talked to earlier, just kind of like looks, like his brow furrows. He says, oh, wait a second. Are you the guy from the woods?
Yep, none other.
Were you in that tent?
Yeah. I mean, for a moment, that's how I saw the red eclipse were in there.
All right, hold on. You stay right here. I need to call the captain. Are you all with him?
From the distance, because I just kept walking, I just said, fucking run away, you idiots!
No, I never met them before. No.
Why are you still talking to them?
I point and say, holy shit, the fire's spreading. That other tent just caught on fire. You're going to need a lot more water. We'll go get some. You go that way. And can I grab people this time now? Would now be an opportunity where I could once again use my... Can Abe transport us again?
Yeah,
Is that a
absolutely.
thing?
Okay. I get a hint. Sorry, Captain. Sorry. And I will have Brian Boitata bamf everyone out of there.
Okay. As the guard is just looking around perplexed, Brian Boitata slithers a quick figure 8 surrounding all of you and bamps you away deeper into the refugee camp, leaving the confused young elvish guard looking around. All right, and you guys are heading back to the car?
Yes. Look, I would have loved to have helped him, but there was just no motivating economic factor to put the tent out.
So Rob, I want it so that by the second I'm about to get to the car by myself, they teleport directly in front of me.
Yes, please.
Once again, at Septimus, as you are tearing ass across through this crowd, you do see just ahead of you in your sights the car, the auto cart, and you also see the younger guard who was speaking with you earlier. You recall his name was Nestor. He was the one that was going to escort you into Harmony Hills. You see him with a couple of other guards looking around the cart, kind of examining it. And then suddenly all of your friends appear in a flash of flame right in front of you, and you almost run straight into them.
Son of a bitch!
Sorry again, buddy.
Septimus, where were you, man?
Oh, that was disorienting.
God, I'm so refreshed not having to run everywhere. Like, the transportation really, really helps.
You have to warn me when you're going to do that so that I can also be there.
You have to stay with us, man. We're not obliged to warn you.
What do you want me to do? Yell 4?
Yeah, signal would be good. Some sort of signal saying we're about to teleport out of here. Don't run away.
From over your shoulder, you hear a voice call out, Oh yeah. Sorry, Mr. Goldenmane.
Yes,
Is that
yes,
you?
keep your voice down, man. Don't want everyone and their mother to know who I am.
Nestor walks up to you and says, "Oh, sorry about that. We were just looking your cart there. Do we need to put a horse on it or like an ox or donkey? Like how do you pull
No,
that thing?
it's fine. It's magic. It's got a whole thing. It can it can move by itself.
Oh, it's some kind of wizard thing.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to like minimize it like that. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, all right. Okay. And he takes out his he's got like a clipboard and he begins looking. He says, "Right, so all right. So are they all with you?"
All except for the Infernal and the tiny gnome woman.
What do you mean they're not with us?
Yeah, but I just saved your ass.
Yeah, I mean, I'm standing right here.
She's standing right
Yeah,
there.
she is right there.
I met you 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for like my 10 bronze coins, you know?
10 bronze
Oh man,
coins.
that's a steal.
It honestly
Yeah,
is. In this economy.
I just want to share, you know?
And you have the last name Goldenmane. I'm sure you got that money.
Yeah, I gotta see. I mean, this is good stuff. I would kick her a little extra.
All right, fine. If I give you 2 gold pieces, will that be fine?
Whoa, I can't take 2 gold. That's wild, bro. 10 bronze.
Septimus, it's a fair market value. You pay her what
The
she asks.
issue at hand here is that of all of the different types of metal I have coinage for, none of them are bronze. I have copper, I have silver, I have electrum. I don't even know what that is anymore.
Look, I'll take 1 gold and I will be able to feed some people with the extra, and I promise you I'll put that to good. So
And you know, Septimus, like if she can do good with 1 gold, think of what she could do with like 5 gold.
What, procure more drugs? I think we can safely assume that she's capable of doing that.
So here's the thing is I don't really see this as like a negative drug. I see it as like a healing drug, and I honestly believe that this is doing a lot of good for a lot of people.
I would say so too. I mean, I feel better already.
Oh, no shit, Sherlock.
Does this guy smoke at all ever?
Oh no, I mean, you know, Septimus is cool, but he's going through a lot right now. Like his friend just killed his dad, and then we had to like flee the city because we started a war. I think.
Oh, it's pretty serious.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's intense. And I just realized I'm like super late for work. So
Yeah, Crunchy, I guess I didn't even think about you working, but yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Or
yeah, like I mean, like that was sort of the thing. Like I kind of needed to get away from things for a little bit, but I'm starting to realize I've been gone for a while.
okay, I flipped Lauren. Sorry, I was gonna say Lauren. I flipped Lauren a gold coin. Here you go, Lauren. Here's a gold coin. I flipped Rosina, right?
Yeah.
See, here's the problem, Lauren. Everyone else came up with ridiculous, dumb names. So the fact that your name is like cool and makes sense, I'll never remember it.
Rosie.
You shortened that. She didn't give you permission to shorten her name.
You can call me Rosie. My friends call me Rosie.
And my friends call me Libby.
Cracklin' Rosie?
I mean, just Rosie.
Okay, I was all right. I did the Brian Boitano thing earlier. I thought maybe I had a magic touch or something, but I guess I don't.
You magically touched that guy's balls.
At this point, Nestor, who is just scratching his head with his pen as he looks down at the clipboard, just says, "Right, and so I'm gonna put you all down on the clipboard. Then I can't even talk straight now. I'm getting my accents mixed up."
Yeah, I imagine you'll need some help navigating around these areas.
Wait, Rosie, can I call you Rosie?
Yeah.
You know the area?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Septimus, do you know the area?
What's there to know? It's a small village. They're all the same.
That feels racist somehow.
There's a lot of charm here if you gave it a chance.
Man, you are such an elitist.
Look,
Yeah, just because it's not gentrified here?
what
What a piece of shit.
I'm okay. All right, wait a second. I feel like we're just piling on top of me now. Everyone knows I come from circumstances.
So, where are y'all headed? Because it seems like you're kind of getting into a lot of trouble wherever you go. So, like, what's your story?
All right. Look, fine. You can show us around, I guess. We're only here for the night. After that, I make no promises about anything.
Yeah.
Right then. Well, depending on however you pull that cart there, we'll take you inside if you want. You're probably the last ones we're letting in tonight. I heard there was some kind of fire out in the camp there, so we're kind of locking things down. So
I haven't heard anything about that. It's
Man,
crazy.
what some
if you want to
people
go, now would be the time to
what
go.
some people will do, am I right?
Just a hot place to be, really.
This guy. Yeah, if we can get out, that'd be great.
All right, let's all pile in Beverly Hillbillies style.
All right, Nestor opens the gate, and you guys head up to Harmony Hill.
Climbing up on Harmony Hill.
I can see the elfin lights.
As you guys wind up the road that leads up higher into the woods, up atop the eponymous Harmony Hill. As the road heads further into the forest, you see before you a walled settlement. Lauren, give me an intelligence check with advantage. Intelligence, actually, a history check specifically.
First roll of the game.
All right, that's gonna be a 16.
Yeah, as you approach the walls, you see that the first thing that jumps out at you, the walls of this settlement, they look very old. Most of the wall looks very old and fancy. It does not immediately look like a wall that was purpose-built for defense. It looks more like a wall that was decorative, and it looks very old. It looks pre-war. And you can see parts of the wall that have been damaged or fallen away have been reinforced with much cruder, uglier material. But I guess I should ask, you are somewhat familiar with the Fey Shade Forest. You're a local of Tamiston, correct?
Yes.
Did you take trips out to the Fey Shade? Do you know this area specifically?
Yeah, I think in my younger days, I might have ventured out there. Yeah.
Gone out on some camping trips?
Yeah, exactly. You know, looking for good growth spots.
Yeah.
You guys sound like you're trying to like game plan an alibi right now. Yeah, right? You went camping a lot? Yeah.
The last time, Steve, that's just how I sound.
He can't help it that he's genetically guilty.
I sound suspicious.
I sound guilty and suspicious. It's a problem. So you would know that Harmony Hill has a reputation for being a place that existed before the Great War as a kind of gated community. And seeing these walls, you're kind of putting together. It looks like the walls that are now surrounding this settlement are a mixture of the old walls that existed before that have been reinforced to actually stand up against threats. Parts of it do look scarred, like it's seen some real combat. The gate in front of you opens up, revealing the town inside. You can see ahead of you, in a little pocket that seems to have been carved out of the surrounding forest, you see that wall that you were looking at extends all around this enclosed area. There is a large lake in the center, and it looks like the grounds around that lake have been cleared for food to be planted. You see these large fields full of crops. You see a particularly large manor house that sits on the lake on the southern edge. And in front of that big manor house, you see what looks to be a couple of orchards of fruit trees. Ringing the outside, hugging the wall that encloses the settlement, you see other smaller houses that are built in the same kind of style as the large central building. But those houses are also very large and very nice looking. They look like little miniature chateaus, all lined up, hugging the outside wall.
Oh no, we're in the Poconos.
It does look not unlike a gated community in the wilds of Pennsylvania. But much like the walls that surround it, modified and adapted over time. Again, the fields that are now growing food around the lake. You see animal pens off to the northern side where it looks like houses have been cleared away to make room for makeshift barns and livestock. And on the far northern side, you can make out what looks to be a tower that was built up against a large section of wall that does not match the outer wall. Is not fancy at all, just looks to be a crude gate that cuts off this northern section that leads further into the woods. And just on the edge of where you can see, actually, everybody do a perception check for me.
23.
That's gonna be a 4.
It's a big old 9.
Unnatural 20.
Abe notices as you're taking this all in, Abe, and this is very alien to you. What does he think of it?
I would say immediate impression is hair on the back of their neck starts bristling. They are offended at the HOA-ness of it all. First inclination is to burn the closest house down. However, I have been trying to report information to them, so I've been on my best behavior.
Got it.
Plus, burning it down is a code violation in this neighborhood, so there'd be a lot of paperwork.
A lot of fines.
Yes.
You do see, as you're looking about, the trees of the forest loom over the walls. And then poking out from the top above the forest, about a mile or so further north into the woods, past where that other gate is, you see the broken spire of a tower poking out above the treetops. This is Harmony Hills. You are directed by a number of those guards, which are ushering you, pointing, and making it clear that you are being directed down this southern road. This road runs around the outside of the fields that run along the outside of the lake in the center of town. You follow the road down, and they are directing you toward this large central building. You pull up in front of this manor house where you see probably 15 or 20 other carts. No other auto carts, but various wagons that are all being taken care of and housed in the stables next to this large building. There is a high elf that greets you. He wears a brown shirt with a blue waistcoat, and he smiles as he comes out. He says, "Yes, hello, welcome. As I understand it, you are our last guests for the evening."
Yes, I suppose. I'm sorry, I was not expecting to see an elf of your stature out here in the sticks.
Oh,
Am I right? Am I right, buddy?
He says, "Oh, thank you, but please, no. I'm not of any particular station.
Not with all these riffraff, am I right?" And I'm nudging his with my elbow.
We like to try to put our best foot forward. You know how it is. I'm Esri."
It's an interesting lilt at the end of your name there. Is that like an umlaut or?
It's an accent. It's in the imperial style.
Oh, excellent. I'm going to have a really hard time not to sound like you're sounding right now, so that's going to be fun.
I'm told I have an infectious personality.
Oh, all right. Well, it's going to be a lot less difficult now that you're sounding like that. Yes, we are weary travelers seeking refuge for the night before we venture through the Fayshade Forest. We're looking for a place to stay.
Oh, yes, of course. We should have a room available. You'll just have to come in and speak with Mr. Garrett. Please step this way. Mind your shoes. Do we need to take anything? Take care of anything in your cart here? It is quite an unusual contraption.
Is there anywhere we can store it for the night?
I'm sure we could put it with the stables, maybe along the side. I see there's no creature, so we don't have to worry about feeding it or anything like that.
And I flip him a gold piece, say, and if you could make sure that it remains undisturbed until tomorrow, I would very much appreciate it.
Why, of course, sir. Thank you.
This is a lovely place you guys have. What's that tall building over there?
Oh, are you pointing toward the tower?
Yes.
He looks over his shoulder and says, "Oh, don't mind any of that. That's part of the old community. It's not the part. It dates back to before the war, actually. We sort of left that part go so that we could consolidate our resources here." And he puts his arms up and motions around him.
So no one lives over there?
No one's lived there for centuries. I shudder to think what's taken refuge in the old buildings back there. But no need to worry, like I said. Everything you need is right here. We'll be more than happy to take care of you for the night.
Yep, no reason to go into the giant spooky tower. I say that to everyone I'm with.
We don't even have the guards go back there anymore.
While all this is being said, Abe is going to look around. Do they see any animal nearby?
Sure, yeah, you wouldn't really even have to roll for that. Looking over toward the stables, you see there are dozens of horses, several oxen that are all being kind of led into the stables and for the night. You see a lot of the people that were let inside are speaking with stable hands and working to make sure that their animals are being taken care of for the evening.
Okay. I will sidle up over to one of them, again, while they're talking, and touch the nearest horse and cast Beast Bond on him. So you establish a telepathic link with a beast that you touch that is friendly to you. The spell fails if the beast is too smart until the spell ends. If the link is active, as long as I'm in line of sight of him, through the link, he can understand messages from me and can telepathically communicate emotions and concepts back to me.
Okay. Are you looking for any particular kind of horse to cast this on?
Let's say the horse that looks most in charge. No. Let me roll that back because that's a bizarre statement. The oldest looking horse.
The oldest.
The oldest.
No, I was going to say,
Yeah.
if Bill can explain how you would tell which horse is in charge, then I think you should be able to find that one.
The elder statesman of horses. Which one of them looks like?
That feels like the kind of thing where I couldn't explain it, but I bet I'd know it if I saw it.
Exactly.
Do an animal handling check
Okay.
to see if you can pick the oldest horse out.
16.
Yeah, you actually see. So initially, you're catching sight of all the horses that are being brought in by the people who are being led in. But a lot of those horses look to be, workhorses, or even with some of the clientele that you see there, people who are wearing their wealth on their sleeve. Like you see what look to be merchants and noblemen and their retinues of guards. Like you don't see a lot of necessarily common looking folk. So a lot of the animals you see are young, strong. You see some war horses mixed in. But off to the side, not with the new arrivals, you do see a stable hand feeding what looks to be an old workhorse, probably one that is local here that works on the farms. You walk up and you cast your beast bond on that horse.
You hear 1,000 voices screaming, "Oats! Oats!"
Nay.
I am
Nay,
reading
I
it,
say.
and it does say it can understand your messages and it can telepathically communicate simple emotions and concepts. So,
Like oats!
and actually, at the moment, yeah, that is sort of the background of what you're getting.
So I could tell Horse Boy's hungry. Very good.
Okay.
So you're just talking to that horse? What's going on over there?
Yeah, Abe wanders off and places a loving hand on an old horse next to the stable. Ezri looks towards you and says, "Well, yes, actually, your horned friend over there. You could park your vehicle right next to them if you'd like. That should be out of the way."
Works for me.
Say, Nick, it's not my car. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to.
I've just been vibing the whole time. I've just been listening to Dragula and bobbing my head the whole time.
You really need a new cassette.
It's jammed in
Jammed
there.
in
I
the
can't
deck.
switch it. And why would I want to switch it?
It's the only song you need, son. You pull up next to Abe and the horse, and you park it. If you're leaving it there for the night, are you doing anything special before you leave it?
Caressing it tenderly.
That goes without saying.
I already gave the guy a gold piece to make sure nobody bothers it.
Well, hang on. We've got all of our moon dust and gold in it currently, correct?
Locked in the trunk, yes.
Okay.
All right, I'm loath to release this information. And I look at him and Rosie. I say, do either of you have a method by which one could hide a large amount of illicit materials in a safe and proper manner?
Well, I mean, I could set a snare to help protect the wagon.
You can do that?
Okay, well, we got some Looney Tunes action.
I can have some stuff grow up around it so anyone comes trying to grab it, they'll get tangled up in it.
Let's do both of those plans then.
You got it, Captain.
All right. Abe turns around, and what are you just using some druid craft for that?
I guess it depends on how bossy GM Rob is. Druidcraft, if you would allow it, because it doesn't use a spell slot. Entangle was what I was looking at, but that does require a spell slot.
I would say for camouflage, I'm fine with using Druidcraft. Druidcraft actually feels more because that will allow you to like make some plant growth. Entangle feels like overkill. You walk over and you kind of put a hand to the ground, and it's not like a thick jungle, but you see the grass shoots up a couple of feet and grows up around the wheels, and at the very least, what is a very flashy vehicle now looks like it's been sitting there a while and might blend in a little better. And Rosina, are you going to use spell slot, or are you going to use your tool belt?
Snare is part of the tool belt, or is the tool belt?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So Rosina's magic item
Yeah,
is
okay.
a gnomish tool belt,
Ooh.
and what it does is it has a number of charges, and she can use one of those charges to cast from a list of spells.
Yeah, I might want to do alarm instead. That might make more sense.
You can do alarm.
Yeah.
Septimus just looks down at the joy buzzer in his palm with a sour look on his face.
Can I also do like a little perception check, see if I even see anyone noticing us hanging out by our little cart?
Yeah, I'm up for that. Sure. If you're feeling a little paranoid, I'll let you do a perception check.
Which you would be, considering what you've smoked.
And that she met us all 15 minutes ago, and I only met you 20 minutes ago.
That's a 17, so a 23.
All right. Out here, you would say no. You don't feel like you're being watched.
Okay, I'd like to have my eyes linger on that big tower that I had pointed out earlier. That's all.
I swear to God, if she drags us into Scooby-Doo shit, I'm going to be furious.
Well, I will say, if you're going to look toward it, you can't recall anything specific about it, but you do recognize that it's built in an elvish style. And while it looks like it's ready to fall down, you actually feel like it probably was really pretty when it was new. At that point, Esri walks up and says, "All right, if you would like, don't worry, I'll take good care of the car. And if you want to come this way, I'll show you inside. And I would imagine you're all famished from the road. As I understand it, we have an excellent menu tonight out in the lounge."
Sure. Yes, we could.
I'm so goddamn hungry right now. You don't even understand.
Suppose we could eat something.
As Ree leads you into this large building, the main entrance opens onto a grand entrance room. You see in front of you a grand staircase that leads up to a landing and then splits off on either side, leading up another flight of stairs, leading up to a second floor mezzanine that looks down over the entrance. The back wall of the landing looks to be this white sculpted stone rising up, disappearing up into the ceiling above it, and carved into that white stone, you see a beautiful bas relief of a harmonious agricultural scene.
Rob, I think the word you're looking for is a pastoral.
Yes,
I
a
believe that's
bucolic pastoral scene.
kind of painting you're describing here as a pastoral.
Everything in here looks to be very nice, but it also does show its age. Much like the construction that Rosina saw on the way in, the building itself also seems to be pre-war, that has been maintained over the centuries.
So it doesn't have central AC, right? It's pre-war.
Yes, exactly.
Nick, I have prevented myself from making that or similar jokes about the pre-war nature of these buildings for the last half an hour.
Steve, I'm not as strong as you, clearly. You're just a better person than me.
Underneath the branching stairwells, on either side of that main staircase, there are two open double doors that lead into a room beyond. And in the room beyond, you can hear a lot of laughter. You can hear a lot of carousing. You get the smell of good food and music drifting out from those doorways. As Ree smiles and he points at either door and he says, "If you head on in, that is our main dining area. They can sort you there, and in the meantime, I will get some rooms ready for you."
I'm sorry, Esri, right? What kind of building is this exactly?
Oh, yes. This used to be the primary recreational club for the community residents.
Great, we found the Elks Lodge.
I knew there was an HOA.
Obviously, as things have been, our community has adapted to its new circumstances. We have taken the liberty of turning this sort of toward its original purpose, right? It's now still our main communal building, but this is where we operate most of our commerce out of here. The inn, we've got some marketplace. During the morning, we run that out in the back toward the dock there. If you have any other need for recreation, we do still maintain some recreational facilities, although obviously a lot of the grounds have been turned over for farmland. That is how we produce our produce. Well, that's a terrible way of saying it.
You produce your produce, eh?
We do produce our produce, yes. Our produce is legendary.
You grow fruit. Well done.
The finest fruits and the healthiest crops in the whole region of the Fandel River Valley. If I might just ask, how many rooms did you want made up?
Oh, one for me and then one for them, I guess.
I think the room allocation, if there's a limited amount, should be based on the size of the person, because I think larger people just naturally need a bigger room.
I mean, that's just facts, man. He needs a bigger bed. He's bigger than you.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. You know what?
Rosie's pretty tiny. She could probably sleep right under Libby.
I could sleep under the bed, yeah.
Bunkmates! I reached down to high five.
I could basically sleep anywhere.
I'm getting a little tired of the increasingly large size of this party all turning against me.
Oh, well, if you would like, I could check, but I believe we have 2 rooms left at 4 gold pieces each, or I do believe the Harmony Suite is still open. Nobody's quite shelled out for that yet. That's 25 gold pieces.
Done. I'll take that.
Would that fit all of us?
Oh, yes. It's the nicest room in the whole club.
What? And it's unoccupied?
All those folks out there with all them fancy clothes? Really?
Could someone else roll an insight check, please, for the love of God?
I mean, I can. It doesn't bode well, but hang on. Yeah, I will roll an insight check.
You want us to roll an insight because you're suspicious?
I guess is Septimus going to yell out loud? Will someone else try to read this guy?
Someone, please.
Am I missing something here? This guy seems squirrely, right?
All right, my friend here is getting bad vibes. Let me suss this guy out.
Rob, I rolled a 4, and I want you to outline exactly what Libertarius sees.
On a 4.
Yes.
This guy's definitely hiding something.
Oh, I got a 15.
On a 15, Rosina realizes, yeah, this little toady dude is definitely gouging you guys, but it's also probably a nice room.
17 on persuasion then, but I mean, if you can't get all them rich folk, why would we pay you that much?
Well, I'm sorry. I just I thought that you wanted the nicest room we had, and that is the nicest room we had. As I understand it, that these people are fleeing some desperate circumstances. I guess some of them are trying to scrimp, and you just didn't strike me as the sort of people that needed to worry about that kind of thing.
I see what Abe's laying down, and I take out like the purse that has my gold coins in it, and I say, well, I guess, if you don't need the money, I guess, we don't need to offer it.
I gotta say, the last community I stayed at, the last community housing, they gave me the dopest room for 15 gold.
Is that a persuasion check?
Yes, it is.
Thank
you for picking up on the ... there.
I picked up what you were laying down.
Okay, so that's going to be an 18.
You see Ezri's eyes kind of dart between all of you, and then his smile widens, and he says, oh, my, wait a second. Are you the Goldenmane I heard about?
That depends on whether or not me saying yes will increase or decrease the price of the room. And I start elbowing him repeatedly.
I laugh really hard, too.
I'll be honest. All of us here were big fans of your father.
Oh, were
really,
you? Yes.
Really, just awful what happened to him.
It truly was.
Happening now because of it, it's so terrible. I'll tell you what, 15 gold. We'll give you a bereavement discount. It would be an honor to have a Goldenmane stay in the Harmony Suite.
I cough and put my head to the side a little bit and poke myself in the eye so I look like I'm crying when I come back.
It's like blood streaming down his face.
Thank you so much. It means so much. My poor daddy, my papa, he's gone. He's gone away.
Oh, there. Just, I'll tell you what, give me the 15 gold and I'll get the room ready right away. And then we'll get you a full stomach and a good night's sleep.
Okay. And then I guess I give him 15 gold pieces.
All right. And he scurries up the stairs. Zook says, if it's all right with all of you, I'm going to go up and follow that guy. Make sure that, give the room a good look over. Make sure there's no traps or funny business.
Great idea.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
God, Zook's MVP. I'm telling you. Like, I've said it before and I've said it again.
And then Crunchy nods and says, yeah, and also I'm really tired, so I'm just going to go to bed.
Oh, no, but Crunchy, with you not here, how will we gain access to any of your useful abilities?
All right, I guess I could try to stay up.
Go the fuck to bed.
All right, I'm getting some mixed signals here, but
I'm gonna go in for on that note. I'm gonna go in for a huge hug on Crunchy again. Then.
It is good to see you, Abe. Man, that's a hell of a thing. I was not expecting to see anybody from back home.
Yeah, you sleep well there, buddy.
Oh, I will, man. I will. All right, if you guys need anything, I'll be up in that fancy room.
No, I think we're all solid on the amount of stoner burnouts we have currently available to us. Thank you.
And he heads upstairs. And the dining room behind you beckons. As you guys head inside, to your left as you walk inside, the whole back wall of the room is been given over to upholstered chairs and couches that have been pushed up along the wall to form a kind of lounge area. And at the far wall, there is a long bar that runs between two doorways that lead outside. And behind that, you see windows that look to lead out into an atrium garden. Behind the bar itself is another fireplace carved from that white stone, and it has another pastoral relief carved into the face of it. The bar itself looks to be packed.
I lean over to Libertarius and I say, let's try not to burn this one down.
I mean, I haven't done anything.
Yeah, but you were with me at the other bar we burned down, so it's...
So I'm sorry, because I'm with you when you burn bars down. You're telling me not to burn the bars down.
Look, I'm just trying to... Look, I'm
It's
just...
the pot calling the kettle whack, man, okay? Calm down.
You set fire to the last tent too, man.
Okay, you know what? Screw me for trying to, like, create some sort of bond between us.
Maybe we can just grab a drink. You know, that's a nice way to bond, because clearly you don't want to partake in any of the fun druggy stuff. So let's grab a drink. Rob, refresh my memory. If I wanted to grab Septimus and take him over to grab a drink, where would I take him?
Well, how about each of you give me a perception check as you walk into the room, just to see what you're picking up on.
Shit. I got a nat 20. I finally perceived something.
Okay. Everybody but Libertarius. As you walk in, you see the same collection of people that you saw outside. It looks to be a lot of wealthy-looking folks from Tamiston. So a lot of high elves. The room is almost entirely filled with elves. With the exception of a human woman who is standing at a table in the middle of the room. She looks to be playing a card game with a bunch of other gentlemen. She wears what looks to be a silver suit. She has the suit jacket draped behind the chair as she's standing up. She's got a cigar in her mouth, and she is reaching over to pull a stack of what look to be like poker chips toward her. But everyone at the table is laughing, and one of the gentlemen behind him is flagging down a barmaid to order another round of drinks. She is a medium height, medium build. She's got a bit of an asymmetrical haircut. One half of her head is shaved and the top of it is long and kind of hangs over the shaved side. She's laughing. She's drawing a lot of attention and looks like she's trying to draw a lot of attention. She looks very well dressed, even amongst this room of well dressed people. The bar at the far end looks busy, and you do notice there's a group of people huddled talking toward the edge of the one bar, and then a bunch of barbacks and bartenders hurrying around making drinks for people crowding down the other end. Libertarius, you got a nat 20? On a nat 20, you see all of that, but you also see on the far end of the room a group of elves dressed in black and red. which it immediately catches your eye because you recognize the color and the uniforms as belonging to the Red Griffin crew of Tamiston. You recall that the Red Griffins are one of the rival houses to Septimus's house, Goldenmane. You would recall that they are the crew that took in his brother Tertius, according to what you were able to gather.
He's the psycho, right?
He's the psycho.
Okay.
And towering above all of those gentlemen that you see, with his back to the wall, laughing and slapping the table as he drains a flagon of ale, you see Little Griff Tell Griffin, the son of the leader of the Red Griffins. You recall him as being a legendary fighter, a vicious brute of a man who runs a mercenary army for the crew. And he is of unusual physical build for an elf. He is taller than you and just as well built.
I mean, not like just as well built. Like, I mean, and height wise, like it's probably like you really have to line us up back to back to and like
To
tell
even
the
notice.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roughly comparable. He's
Yeah. His name was Griftel?
He's known as Little Griff Tell Griffin.
Lil Griff. Mixtape dropping soon.
Yeah, he's known around town, around the city, as Little Griff.
Okay.
And his father is Big Griff.
Cool. I observe this. Basic addition and subtraction equations fly through my head as I do some quick calculations. I start to take a step towards the bar along the back wall, observe Little Griff over there, and then immediately turn back around so that the back of my body is between Septimus and him. Even though I can tell he's not paying attention necessarily,
Okay.
I immediately do that.
So you're trying to shield Septimus from his view.
Yes.
Okay.
And I say, hey, Septimus, look, I really want to. I still want to get that drink. I think bonding is important, but I got a real, just random question for you.
Yes?
That whole turning into someone else for just like a hot period of time, like, can you still do that?
Well, yes. I mean, my clothes currently are imaginary because of the hat of disguise, but this is kind of my look now. I'm trying it out.
Yeah, can you like up that like a little bit more?
Like,
I don't want to.
how?
Okay, look, don't look, but look. Okay, but
How
don't
am I
actually
supposed to don't look but look at the same
listen
time?
to me, god damn! Like I just given you one basic instruction. Look, but
Is
don't
this
look.
what it's like to talk to you? Yeah, now you know how it feels, don't you?
Look, I am trying to save your ass right now. You know your crazy third brother, Thirtius. What's his name?
Tertius?
Yeah, same difference. There's a guy in the back corner, Lil Griff.
When Libertarius says Lil Griff, I run back out the door.
Septimus turns and bolts back out into the antechamber.
I still want to have that beer.